Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should understand. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should know. May sound strange, might sound foolish, but things ain't getting better. Every day another fall victim to the beretta. Why is there so much violence killing me one another? Let us learn to love and let that light shine brighter. Bad influence you influence the youth and get slaughtered. As bad man used to be, they respect the father. It's like your eyes don't realize the times get harder. Me talk a night without my mind and still is laughter. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know. Inside, when I try to cope, tell myself there is hope. It seems like the biggest joke. And as I put down the gun, still dollars must run. I know employment can't come. And me a jam and a cool, one go back in a school. The system lick me. There's no hope for those who have not from the slum. Take the little much we have still hunting we done. I beg you to show some love. When we get back, he replied, circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know. Well, I know little cry, mama cry, papa cry too. She want to go with her heart and that couldn't do. You know them find him dead with a Smith and Wesson. 6 weeks and change now, me a remiss. Why so much violence? Too much violence. It hurts my soul and I won't keep silent. Circumstances made me what I am. That was his reply, I cry. Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should know. May sound strange, might look foolish, but things ain't getting better. Every day another found victim to the beretta. Why is there so much violence killing me one another? Let us learn to love and let that light shine brighter. Bad influence you influence the youth, them get slaughtered. As bad man used to be, them respect the father. It's like no eyes don't realize the times get harder. I thought a night with all my might and still is laughter. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know now. And when I try to cope, tell myself there is hope. It seems like the biggest joke. And as I put down the gun, collateral must run. I know employment can't come. And me a think about cool, one go back in a school. The system lick me. There's no hope for those who have not from the slum. Take the little much with.
Yes, family, yes. It's another Monday afternoon here in the beautiful territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. Another beautiful day outside, the sun is shining, no clouds, it's a beautiful day. You are tuned into The Proven Truth. You are now listening to The Proven Truth with your brother and host Anthony Brown. To participate in the program, you can dial 504-303-8922. To participate in the program, you can dial 504-303-8922. You can also listen to us on your device of choice by dialing 712-432-7833. That's 712-432-7883. You can also check us out on the web by dialing www.radiogombocreole.net. That's radiogombocreole.net. This and every show is live stream on the Facebook. You can check us out on Facebook at Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. That's ANTHONY BROWN FOR ASSESSOR 2017. We also archive these programs, these shows, at several different locations. One of which is the YouTube channel. You can check us out on YouTube by going to The Proven Truth. That's the PROVEN TRUTH and the face on the YouTube channel. And you can type in my name, Anthony Brown. As a matter of fact, once you type in The Proven Truth, you're supposed to see your brother pop up on the screen. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States. The United States Constitution. All government of rights originate with the people, is founded on their will alone, and is instituted to protect the rights of the individual and for the good of the whole. Its only legitimate ends are to secure justice for all, preserve peace, protect the rights, and promote the happiness and general welfare of the people. The Louisiana Constitution, 1974. Let's we not forget, family, that we are still in the month of February. We are still in the month of February, and we as the conscious few, we don't only curtail this promotion or recognition of our black heroes, our ancestors, just to the month of February. However, seeing that it is recognized, or it was one of our brothers who initiated the recognition of black people or the black man and a whole, we're going to continue that whole process to recognize black people all over the diaspora. Now, as we said before on this program, we don't stick to nobody's policies or nobody's agenda. We don't let the privileged few or the certain few dictates to us who we supposed to celebrate and recognize when and how to do that. We have a mind of our own. We are fully aware and conscious of our black leaders, and we honor them when we choose to honor them, how we choose to honor them, and in the true spirit and meaning of what they stood for. We recognize their works, their sacrifice, and their life. All aspects. Not just that portion to which the power elite want us to curtail our understanding or our vision or our celebration to. And it is with that in mind that we recognize and honor a Marcus Mosiah Garvey, a Nanny from the Maroon, a Paul Bogle, a Fred Hamilton, a Maurice Bishop, a Malcolm X, a Carter G. Wilson, a Harriet Tubman, Thomas Sankara, our black brother from Mother Africa, Samora Machel, another African brother from the motherland, directly raised, born on the continent of Africa. Bookman Duty, Toussaint Louverture, Jack Dessalines. We don't only recognize and honor these blacks. There's a lot more that we recognize and honor. However, we want people to know that it's not only a Martin Luther King we need to celebrate here in the continent or here in the United States of America. We recognize a Martin Luther King, however, for his work, his contribution to the black movement and the black struggle. But way before there was a Martin Luther King, there was a Marcus Mosiah Garvey. There was many more before Marcus, before Martin, and many more after. Today is what they call President's Day in the United States. President's Day. Now, as we stand today, the Union of America is now seeing its 45th president. There is some of these presidents, now you still have a few that's living. I think maybe around 4 to 5 of them that's still living, you know, if my memory serves me right. George Herbert Walker is still alive. Bill Clinton is still alive. George W. Bush is still alive. That's the 43rd president. Okay. Now, there's a few of these presidents who, if you check your history, you will recognize play some significant role in the development of these United States. And to the point where the choices that they made directly affect you right now, whether you know it or not. Whether you know it or not. If you know what happened during the early 1900s, 1913s to around 1921, underneath Woodrow Wilson, which was the 28th president of the United States. Our whole monetary system that we're going underneath right now. We're underneath right now. Some people may recognize certain names right off the bat, like a Abraham Lincoln, like a Franklin D. Roosevelt, like a John Kennedy. All of these people play significant role in the, if you want to call it, development of the United States. Be it good or bad. Now, again, we have 45 presidents of the United States. And brothers and sisters, I want you to listen to me carefully. The name of this show is The Proven Truth. Not Anthony Brown Show. And again, for those of you, might hear me say it already, I'll say it again. When we talk about the truth, we talk about that which is constant with facts and reality. Constant with facts and reality. I'm going to play a clip for you guys. And the reason why I'm going to play this clip, because I want to make sure I play this clip before I even say what it is that I want to say about this president right here.
A little preface. As was said in the introduction, my father was a black African, and my mother was a white American. And much of my life was spent trying to reconcile the terms of my birth, that divided heritage, with the realities of race and nationality, tribal identities that exist not just in this country but also overseas. So that this book is not so much a memoir, I think, as sort of a journey of discovery for me, some sense of trying to make sense of my family. And family is always a complicated thing, but it was a little bit more complicated for me. And part of that process of me understanding my family ends up understanding the larger forces that shaped my family. The first section of the book in particular talks about my
Okay. That right there was President Barack Obama, the 44th president to these United States. And the reason why I play that clip, President Obama, way before he was President Obama, way before he was Senator Obama, had an issue, had a fight within himself. He recognized the fact that he was what you call a multicultural offspring. His dad being black from the continent and his mom being white from here in America. Now that fight or that struggle stayed with Obama up until the time he was the president of these United States. And it was a struggle that was so deep, or it was a struggle that he tried to figure out within himself what am I? Who am I? To the point where he actually left, went into Africa just to see if he can feel a connection or get some type of connection. Now, in and of itself, nothing is wrong with that. Trying to make connection with your roots. But when you understand and recognize the action or the inaction of a President Barack Hussein Obama, you will recognize the side of him that he embraced, or the side of him that came out victorious. These United States of America effective last 2016 give us 45 presidents. Barack Obama was the first so-called black president. And he was the worst goddamn president this United States have ever seen. The worst. When we talk about a George Washington being the first president of these United States, and many others after George Washington, we know, recognize, and understand that even though we have this document we call the Constitution, and even though he's the President of the United States, black people, black human beings in their eyes wasn't human beings, was property. We recognize that. And that is the reason why, even today, when people that is close to me talk about a Donald Trump being racist, I keep my mouth shut, because to each his own. Everybody have their own opinion. I'm not saying Donald Trump ain't a racist. What I'm saying is, what's new? What is new? So you're going to tell me, here within the United States, we have 45 presidents, or within the America, no, when I say we, let me clear it up. Because for the conscious few, our president died back in June of 1940. Our president, for the conscious few, black people all over the diaspora, our president died back in 1940. Okay? You're gonna tell me that you raising hell right now about white supremacy and about Donald Trump being white and making reference to his campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again." And that's what you're upset about? That's why you can't sleep at night? Wasn't George Washington a racist? Wasn't John Adams a racist? Wasn't Thomas Jefferson a racist? Wasn't James Adams a racist? Wasn't J. Monroe a racist? Wasn't John Adams, the second brother, a racist? Wasn't Andrew Jackson a racist? No. You just recognize that the President of the United States is a racist? So what happened to the other 40, let's say 43, putting aside Obama. What happened to them? When you have Obama, who from his very consciousness have an issue with who he is as a person, have a psychological fight within himself, which race should he identify with? To the point where in his autobiography, he wrote it, he discussed it, elaborated on it deeply, throughout his whole livelihood, going through college, running for public office. He talk about it. There's a phrase, brothers and sisters, there's a phrase. Actions speak louder than word. Actions speak louder than word. We know and we recognize that a vast majority of these so-called presidents didn't look on us as equal or as human beings. To them, we were property, less than a human being. To them, we were a mean to an end. Black people was a means to an end. Now, we understand the nostalgia, the excitement of a black man claiming to live in the White House, or a black man that is nominated or elected as the president of these United States. We understand you know what I mean, the emotional attachment that can be related to that. But this is what I'm saying. He wasn't. Obama wasn't a black man. Maybe the pigmentation of his skin allow you to identify with Obama. But his ideology, his thinking process, Obama was only black to the extent that he needed the black vote. Let me say it again. Obama was only black to the extent that he needed the black vote. Just like some of these goddamn politicians we have right here in New Orleans, Louisiana right now. Like a Michael Harris running all over the place like a dog with his tail between his legs. Telling people, man, look, can you support me? Because I want to continue to be the next superintendent of police. Man, I was laughing over this past weekend. Man, it was so funny. I was on social media. And there was no, I'm not straight. I'm just making a comparison, brothers and sisters. I'm trying to make a comparison to show you what I'm talking about. I'm saying that Obama was only black to the point where he needed a black vote. And I'm comparing his action to a lot of these so-called Negroes or black leaders. No, they ain't leaders. Black politicians. I'm comparing his action to a lot of these black politicians that we have right here in the territory of New Orleans. And this is what I'm saying. Harris, the NOPD superintendent of police, is going around right now to certain organizations and making himself look like, hey, look, I'm one of you guys. I understand what you guys going through. That's always let him say, oh look, I'm for black people. I watched a clip on social media. I'm still laughing right now, to be honest with you. I'm still laughing right now. Here is the superintendent of police underneath the Claiborne Bridge, removing police barriers, walking along the Claiborne Bridge, moving police barriers, right? And you got his subordinates inside the car sitting down, scratching the tub. And you got people who is genuinely saying that, oh man, he's such a nice guy. He's such a nice guy. And he didn't have to do that. You goddamn right, he didn't have to do that. He's doing it because he's going around New Orleans to certain organizations and to certain people so that they can go back and whisper into Latoya's ears and say, look, let's not find another police commissioner or superintendent. Let's keep Harrison. He's trying to keep food on his goddamn table. You see what I'm talking about? He's trying to keep food on his table. Obama had the same concept, brothers and sisters. When somebody come to you with a gun and put a gun to the back of your head and say, look, give me all your money, and if you don't give me your money, I'm going to shoot your black ass. That is as plain and clear as day. You know that this is somebody coming to rob you. You know that. So you expect, all you have to do, all you're going to do now is pray to God, to your God, if you pray to your God. For those who don't pray to God and pray to Buddha or whoever you pray to. And say, please, don't let him pull that trigger. Because you know that that's a robber. That guy identifies himself to you as being a robber. He identifies himself to you being a robber. He saying to you, whatever you have in your pocket, give it to me. I'm taking this by force. It's mine now. And you have a choice. You can choose to be a hero, or you can choose to be a dead hero. I'm still going to get what I want. You must recognize that. You must recognize and appreciate the guy for who he is. No, listen, don't get this misconstrued. I'm not saying what this guy or his action is righteous in any way, shape, or form. I'm saying that he come to you as a robber. I can tell you stories about when I came here to New Orleans right after Katrina. You have people dressed in NOPD uniform, wearing the badge, carrying a gun, putting that gun to people's head out there in New Orleans East and downtown, robbing people. Now, who should these people you show more respect to? The guy who's supposed to, according to what is on the motor vehicle protect and serve, which they don't do, or the guy who you know is a criminal who come to you and say, man, look, I'm taking yours. I'm taking yours. Or the guy who you look forward to protect you. So this guy come in dressing him, you know what I mean, beautiful uniform, him shiny badge, him shiny gun, representing himself as law enforcement. and he's the one who is robbing you? No. I hope you guys, I hope I'm not losing the body right here. I hope you guys seeing the comparison what I'm trying to do here. We're talking about the worst president this country has ever seen. Obama, with the struggle that he had or has inside himself, being a black man, not sure if he's black or white, you can see it's evident based on his action during the time he spent in the White House. We now know for a fact which side of his multicultural race he embraced. For a fact. Are we going to go into it? This was what Mr. Obama did. His first official document that he signed after taking the oath of office and sitting in the Oval Office as the President of these United States was to sign an order giving single white female pay equality. In and of itself, it's a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that in and of itself. That was the first thing he did. He then went on to do wonderful thing for the LGBT community. He then went on to do wonderful things for the migrant community, the immigration community, the DACA community. And again, understand the concept and the premise. In and of itself, these individual groups, being the president of these United, nothing is wrong with that. But follow me a little bit more. As the first so-called African American president, some people call him the Messiah. When he was on the ballot, they refer to him as the Messiah. When he was in the White House, he had a chance to do many things for the black race, the black community, for black people. And he did. There is no single event that Obama did for the black race while he was in office as the president of these United States. None. A matter of fact, there was more black men, black youths killed on the streets during his time as the president. Obama had a chance and an opportunity when Julius Garvey, that is the son of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, through a petition asked for the pardon or the clearing of a Marcus Mosiah Garvey's name. And as the first black president, you would think he would embrace such a concept or an idea. Knowing what he's supposed to, I don't know if you know it, but knowing what he's supposed to know about a Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Oh, Marcus Garvey leave the Caribbean, leave Jamaica, travel through the Caribbean and all over these United States, saw the plight and struggle of the Negroes, as what they call them at the time, and unify them to the point where you got heads of state all over Europe and in Africa looking at the movement of Marcus Garvey. We got the president, the first so-called black president, who, when he got the choice or the opportunity to go to a country like Haiti, the first and still only independent black nation, free independent republic, choose not to. Choose not to. Why wouldn't you, as the first black president of the United States, jump on aircraft one and land that sucker on the island of Haiti? Why wouldn't you do that? Because you don't see the connection. That's why Obama don't see the connection. Obama don't identify with black people to the extent where he will go batting for the black man. Look, again, what we are talking about here is the action of the first so-called African-American president of these United States. Today is what they refer to as President's Day. They refer today as President's Day. What I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, is that when other presidents take certain action or fail to take certain action, we could call them racist or call them out for being racist. And the truth about it too, if you check it out, calling them racist wouldn't even be the proper terminology or phrase. Because when you recognize the fact that they don't see you or recognize you as an individual, as a human being, less than a man, whatever they did it because you was not an equal, you wasn't a human being. Not in their eyes. And their action promotes their feelings or their thought. Their action promote the feelings and the thought process. So we know this. We look at these people, these past presidents, and when we look at them, they don't have the same tone as us, the same pigmentation as us. So right off the bat, we are saying, okay, we know we ain't getting nothing good from these people. I'm not saying that there ain't a few of them who promote liberty or equity for the black man or for the black race. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, when you have a black man in the White House doing white stuff, not championing cause for the black man, let me share something with you, brothers and sisters. Let me share something with you. A matter of fact, I think we're going to take a short break. And I think we're going to take a short break. And then I'm going to come back. We're going to come back to this in a minute.
No matter what you try, can't stop the work of King Selassie and put it up prison outside. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God doesn't make I when me a play life role. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God doesn't make I when me a play. Where me love him all in kingdom me a go tour. Love me so much me no have to kick off no door. Just for receiving more and more. Every day he then broke out like a sword. Good over evil and Tony be sure. Now live a Kingston but me live a Portmore. When me meditate upon the seashore. Talking to the rich and also to the poor. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God doesn't make I when me a play life role. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God doesn't make I when me a play. I lift my hands to the hills, come at health. I no longer worship vanity now health. Lace up me shoes and buckle on me belt. And power me head when me tilt off me felt. Like a butt against sun, that's how the heat I melt. With them right, it no two years around. Almighty God is a living man, don't overstand. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play life road. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play. Look how much black people like come down the chain. After them release the shackle and chain. We no education, that's what we obtain. Them one we worshiping at the wrong name. We no Babylon and I go lose on the fame. Now go drink no wine, we now go sniff no cocaine. Rastafari will come to proclaim. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play life role. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play. Where me love him all in kingdom me a go tour. Love me so much me no have to kick off no door. Just for receiving more and more. Every day he then broke out like a sword. Good over evil and Tony be sure. Now live a Kingston but me live a Portmore. When me meditate upon the seashore. Talking to the rich and also to the poor. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no down first is a must. You don't need a hand I fight down first. Cause everything them say them rightful would belong to us. My father don't tell I and I, everything shall fall to I and I is a must. So Babylon set the liberty, every day another one bite the dust. My Lord, you don't have to say you're sorry.
Come on.
For all the wrongs that you have done. I don't want to hear sad story. Cause the damage already done. Oh, the damage already done.
Come on.
Broken bones and wounds we tend to repair. Hang on, brother man, don't despair. Although we forgive 7 times 7, still the damage already done. So much damage already done. Stop and listen no while to meditation style. Going straight to your mind, to your wicked and wild. Only way you can deal with these vibes is to free up your soul and mind. Yaga, 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 yo. You don't have to say you're sorry for all the wrongs that you have done. I don't wanna hear sad story, cause the damage already done. Oh, the damage already done. Everybody wants their peace of mind, trying to justify how they deal with mankind. Sometimes I wonder how they sleep at night time when all the damage already done. Oh, the damage already done. Stop and listen a while to meditation style. Going straight to your mind, to your wicked and wild. Only way you can deal with these vibes is to free up your soul and mind. Ayaga, yaga, 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 yo. You don't have to say you're sorry for all the wrongs that you have done. I don't wanna hear sad story, cause the damage already done. Oh, the damage.
Yes, brothers and sisters, welcome back, welcome back. You're listening to The Proven Truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown. Coming to you live from the studio of Radio Gumbo Creole, here in the beautiful territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. To participate in the program, to participate in the show, you can dial 504-303-8922. You can also listen to us by dialing 712-432-7883. You can also listen to us on the web, www.radiogombocreole.net. That's RADIOGONBORBOKREYOL.net. This and every program we live stream on the Facebook. You can check us out on the Facebook. It's Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. You can check out previous show on the YouTube channel by going to The Proven Truth, where you can see past shows. You can see and listen to past shows. The well, the quote for the day. Let's give them a quote for the day. To be once defeated is to find cause for an everlasting struggle to reach the top. To be once defeated is to find cause for an everlasting struggle to reach the top. Marcus Mosiah Garvey. On this show, on this program, it's not our intent, our duty, our aspiration to educate nobody. It's not our duty, intent, or aspiration on this show to educate nobody. What we try to do here is to inform, raise a higher level of consciousness, recommend critical thinking to the point or to the extent where we encourage independent approach. That's our purpose and intent and the proven truth. And as we defined the proven truth for our listening audience, is that to which is constant with facts and reality. Constant with facts and reality. The name of this show is The Proven Truth, not Anthony Brown Show. Whatever we talk about, issue we talk about, and this show, we can substantiate it with facts and reality. Now, for some of you brothers and sisters out there, we understand the concept that some of the words that we choose to use or statement that we choose to make offends you or hurt you. We understand that. But at the same time, even though it might offend you and hurt you, there is no other way for us to bring it forward to you. Again, we are talking about facts and reality. It is for you, the onus is on you to go and check those facts and see if you can substantiate it with the reality. We won't, and we say this from day one, from we established this program. We won't argue with our brothers and sisters out there because we recognize the great divide. We recognize that. We recognize the great divide. We recognize the concept that you step up, you step on us in climbing the ladder of success. Political success. You use us because that's what you are basically emulating, a situation that you was taught by the white man or by the Europeans. We recognize that in doing what you do, you want to feel like you're a part of something, or that you have reached. So you must emulate the principles and practice that you see from your slave owner, by your slave owner. We recognize that great divide. And because we recognize that, my brothers and sisters, we ain't gonna argue with you. We will listen to you. We will try to show you a different way of thinking. We will try to show you that your own approach is not authentic, or is not even coming from your own thought process. You're actually emulating something what was embedded inside your brain, because you think that's the only way you can achieve certain things. So we ain't gonna knock you. We ain't gonna knock you. We ain't gonna discriminate you. We ain't gonna curse you. Because we recognize that there's certain information that you are lacking. Who we will criticize and who we will call out and who we will rip apart is those amongst you who knows better and choose not to do better, or who knows that they are doing something that is wrong, definitely wrong, and because of their personal inspiration or because of their greed continues to do wrong. That's who we're going to chastise day in, day out. And hopefully, during that process of chastising, now I think the word chastise is a little bit on the cutting edge side, but so be. That's who we're going to chastise. Those so-called people who call themselves government or politician, who cling to you or cling to us when they are trying to seek higher office. Those of them who, even though they look like you, ain't really you. We're talking about our President Barack Hussein Obama, the worst president this goddamn country I've ever seen. Let's dive a little bit deeper into Mr. Obama's action. Not his words, but his action. Again, for those of you who didn't catch the first hour of the show, I think we're going to label this topic, remind me, we're going to label this topic, the worst president America have ever seen. That's what we're going to label this topic. Or Obama, the worst president thus far. When you have somebody, hey, you know something, let me share something with your family. Let me share a boyhood experience with you. When I was growing up, when I was a kid growing up, right? I used to have a next door neighbor, you know. And look, in the islands man, I'm telling you, it's nothing like here in the temperate zone. It's totally different. When we talk about family unit and when we talk about community, you want to see a true community? Take a trip to the Caribbean. Or maybe in any one of those countries within the continent of Africa. And you will see what a true community is. Or a true, you know, when you talk about it take a community or a neighborhood to raise a child. Right now, where I'm living, out there in New Orleans East, my neighbors, they know me. And they know me just by saying hi or good morning or good evening. But they really don't know me. They see me every day and they might wave to me. Every now and then we might say maybe 2 or 3 words. When I was growing up, it was like that. When I was growing up, my neighbor don't leave to go to school without the calling us. We all leave, we go to school together, we come together. Sometimes we eat out of the same pot. Listen to what I'm saying. In the islands, I couldn't be hungry now. I was never hungry, you know. Because if I'm hungry, or if I go home in my kitchen and my dad wasn't there, no, there would be food in the fridge, but I'm a kid, I ain't gonna cook. So I'll go out to my neighbor. And she'll be like, what happened, baby? You all right? I say, I'm hungry. Okay. Go into the kitchen, get some food. All right, hold on. Dinner time is 15 minutes time. You know? And I sit at the table with them and they eat, and it's nothing. I take my ass to my house and go to sleep. You know what I mean? You know, we have a comradeship, a true, you know, sense of purpose, neighborhood. One day, I left school and I went home. And my daddy wasn't home, you know. My daddy was raising two of us, you know. No, there was no female in the house. It was three men in the house, or two boys, two kids, and my dad. I came home, me and my brother came home, and we're just being mischievous. You know, we do that sometimes, we be mischievous. We're just being mischievous. So we went over to parlor to a neighbor's house, and, you know, went inside there and we took out some, went into our fridge and we eat some food, you know. But what we did, we make a mess of the place. Okay, we make a mess of the place. Now, in the night when he was asleep, my dad waked me. And he was like, man, somebody went over into Parlet's house and, man, they ransacked our house, you know? And he was like, really, Daddy? It was like, yeah, man, man. And my dad wasn't no joke, you know. People think I'm ignorant. You want to see my dad? My dad was the type of dude who, look, my dad was the type of dude, man. He ain't talking to you twice. My dad said one thing and you don't get it right. The closest thing to my dad, that's what you get it. It could be a pot of boiling water, the mash it, that's what you get it. My dad wasn't a joke. And I knew that. I didn't play my dad. I really didn't. You know? So I was like, really, Daddy? And he was pissed too. I was like, man, you know what I mean? They could have come in our house and do the same thing. You know? We didn't give it up. We didn't admit that it was us inside, went inside there, acting up food, went in the fridge, dirty the kitchen. We didn't say that. They was under the impression it was somebody else. Now my goddamn brother, him one day, you know, it was in a fight, and he went and spilled the beans. He went and spilled the beans. And my neighbor called me and she said, look, your brother told me that you guys came over and blah, blah. I was like, yeah. Let me tell you something. I ain't gonna lie. You could see the expression on her face. She was like, man, she was so disappointed. She was so disappointed with us. Not because we even did it to them. She was disappointed with us because we didn't fess up. We didn't come to her and say, we did it. And, you know, it ran a course. She was disappointed. And I could, man, as a kid, I'm telling you, I was, well, maybe around 10, 11 at the time. I felt that seed. She was mad. She was upset because it was somebody who she trusted. She trusted us. We were like her own kids too, you know. She trusted us. She loved us. She was actually blaming other kids for what we did. She actually went and blamed other kids for what we did. And it really didn't feel good. Now, why did I tell you that story? You know, one, because we're family, you know, we're family, so I can talk to you guys. But compare that with the first black president this country has ever seen. The first black president of the United States. And he chose to go into Mother Africa and bomb Libya, continuously bomb Libya. You would think that being a black, just by the mere fact of being black, he would say, I ain't doing this. Let me call my brother Omar Gaddafi and let's talk, let's reason. Let's try to come to some agreement. Let's work this out. The first black president of the United States bomb Africa repeatedly to the point right now where we have slave trade. We're talking about the 21st century. We have slave trade going on right now in Libya. And you call yourself a black man or a black president? You call yourself a black man or a black president. Why didn't Reagan do that? Reagan had a chance to do it. We could understand if a Reagan had bombed Africa. Or a James Carter had bombed Africa. We could have understand that. If a Gerald Ford had bombed Africa, we could have understand that or recognize, you know what I mean, what was behind that. But we have a black man, a Barack Hussein Obama. We talk about facts and reality. Show us your action and we'll tell you who you are. A phrase. Show us your action and we'll tell you who you are. We recognize which side won that battle. That interior battle that you had growing up as a kid, Mr. Barack Hussein Obama. We recognize that when you take your trip into Africa, where your dad was from, you didn't see no connection. A matter of fact, I think I need to play this clip again. It was Barack Obama who said during the reading of his book, he didn't see it. He couldn't make that connection. Why? Because he's an American. He's like that goddamn ass, what they call Steve Harvey. I listened to one time, and I was watching some, I don't remember what it was I was watching, but you see, watching him and in one of his stand-up comedian show, telling a stadium or an auditorium full of black people out, he would never go to Africa. Because in Africa, you don't know when there's a drive-by, all you're gonna hear is somebody spitting arrows from a spear or from a bamboo conduit. But here in America, you can know when there's going to be a drive-by, and the first thing you see, number one, a vehicle approaching without no light, and next thing you hear, get the hell out of here, that bullshit. That's the level of ignorance that we are dealing with, brothers and sisters. That's the level of ignorance. When you cannot identify or recognize a Mother Africa as being your origin. You see, and that's what we're talking about. We will not chastise our brothers and sisters for their ignorance. We try to inform We try to inform. And hopefully you will recognize what we are saying to be true, and in so doing raise your level of consciousness. Why is it that it's only the black man or the black race who totally cut the navel string when it comes to Africa as the origin of not only of black but of humankind, period? You think the Chinese do that? Or the Europeans do that? Huh? They don't. But therein lies the brainwash. All you guys ever seen on your television screen or from mainstream media is savages in Africa. Savages in Africa. To the point right now, man, look, it's ridiculous. To the point right now, we are right here in America, in the territory of New Orleans. We have what is known as what do you call it? Zulu parade. Look, we ain't straight from the topic, family. What we are doing is connecting the dots so that you may understand the deeper issue that lies beneath the surface. This past week we had what do you call it? This Mardi Gras parade. And during the Mardi Gras parade or the Mardi Gras season or the Mardi Gras festival, whatever you want to call that social event, they got this thing what they call a Zulu parade and a Zulu ball. You have this black financier, a gentleman by the name of Washington, Brent D. Washington Sr. Now, listen to what I'm saying carefully. You got this black man with the name Washington. Washington, a black man with the name Washington. Look, I know my name is Brown. I know I know for a fact that there's nothing African about my name. I know that. But follow me for a minute. So you have this black man with the name Washington, Brent D. Washington. He's an accountant, a financier, was appointed or nominated as the King of Zulu. Ignorant son of. It's the most ignorant thing I ever hear. But let's follow it. You see, man, listen, brothers and sisters, when we lack certain knowledge, or when we don't recognize, when we fall into that trap where we acknowledge everything that somebody else tell us without any type of critical thinking or independent thinking, it's not the person who instigated the concept is to be blamed. Yes, they hold a certain degree of blame. But when you pass a certain stage in life or a certain consciousness and you continue to perpetrate that teaching or that philosophy, the fault or the blame lies surely on your shoulders. Here we have this black man, this financial accountant, this Brent D. Washington Sr., who is been all his life somebody who deal with, who play the game of the capitalistic system that they created. And the 28th president of the United States, Thomas Woodrow Wilson. They crown him the king of Zulu. And his wife was crowned the queen of Zulu. How many of you attended that Zulu parade or that Zulu ball? Dress up in your fancy tuxedos and beautiful black dresses and all your fandangos. Now, look, I understand what I'm saying. I'm going to get to the point in a second. When we do things, you know, we tend to do things or take certain action because we really don't know better, or because it falls underneath that social event or that prestige event. So we participate in it. And it looks good, and it even may feel good too. Right? It even may feel good too, to be honest with you. But when you recognize that not because it look good or may feel good, that there's a deep and there's a hidden message beyond what you are doing or saying, you're supposed to take action. Do you know the history of the actual Zulu people who you are so-called emulating out there on this parade and in this Zulu ball? You think if you should see a true living and live Zulu king, he would dress the way how you dress? He would be operating in that financial system where you operating in right now? A matter of fact, he would laugh at you because you're dealing in paper. He would talk about precious, he would talk about gold and diamond and precious stones and stuff like that. And the financial side of things. Do you know the fighting spirit or the military mind and the military geniuses behind these Africans we call Zulus? You ever heard about Shaka? We cannot stay here in North America and not celebrate and celebrate to the point where we are, it shows ignorant on our part and a mockery to our ancestors. The Zulu people, if you're going to use the name Zulu, and for the most part it's just black people, come on, check yourself. We recognize it's a social event to you. We recognize you feel good and you feel prestigious when you do this, when you go out there and call yourself a Zulu king. You ain't no goddamn Zulu king, bro. As a matter of fact, drop your black ass in Africa and you cry if you come back to America. Zulu king and Zulu queen. It's a mockery. Let's come back to Mr. Barack Obama, Hussein Obama. Obama went into Libya and bomb and kill and murder black people and assassinate Omar Gaddafi. The first black president in the United States of America did that. What did our brother Omar Gaddafi did that was so bad that another black man all the way in North America have to come and kill him? You want me to tell you? I'll tell you. Omar Gaddafi went into the Sahara Desert, put a pipeline, find water in the Sahara Desert from Benghazi to Sirte into Tripoli. Bring that pipeline, spend billions of dollars to do that, so that the people of Libya could have water, so that they could, look, he turned the desert into a green pasture. You hear what I'm saying, people? My brothers and sisters, our brother Muammar Gaddafi turned the Sahara Desert into green pastures so that people can cultivate and eat food. He went into the Sahara Desert right now in right now in California. Governor Brown wanted was to run 2 major pipelines for the utility company, the water utility company. One cannot get funded. 2, the people who were supposed to contribute, it was supposed to be 2 lines. It was just announced last week or something like to that effect that it's now only going to be 1 line. And even with that 1 line, they're having problems. Omar Gaddafi used the resources of Africa to bring water from the Sahara Desert through Benghazi up into Sirte, up into Tripoli, and give people water. He used the resources of Africa. Every single person that call themselves a Libyan, a matter of fact, African, because he was doing it to people from all over Africa. People south of Africa was coming up north into Libya, was traveling up north into Libya, just so that they could get a roof over their head or have a roof over their head. And as an African, you could have done that, gotten a roof. You know what my utility bill is like right now for this month? I look at it before it came out. My light bill is something like close to $200. My water bill, double that. Under Omar Gaddafi, no citizen in Libya pay utility bills. Light free, water free. You're gonna get, you find a beautiful female you want to get married, you find a handsome guy you want to get married, $50,000 towards your marriage and buying yourself a house. And this guy was so bad, Omar Gaddafi was so bad to the point where a black president, the first black president of the United States, had was to execute his ass. We are talking about facts and reality. Facts and reality. By his mere action, we know who win the fight or which side won that fight or that struggle within Obama. We know who won that fight, and it was a white man who won that fight. It wasn't the black side. He identified with his, what he affectionately called his grand, which is white grandma and grandfather, and his mom. He identified with them to the point where he went and bombed Libya. He identified with them to the point where Julius Garvey went to him and said, look, as the first black president, can you free the name or can you clear the name of my dad? And he said no. He identified with the white side, with his white side, to the point where the invitation was given for him, or the chance was presented for him to go to the first free and independent black republic, Haiti, and he didn't. He identified with the white side so much that when black man was dropping all over, young black man was dropping all over, dropping down to the bullets of the so-called police department all over the United States, he did nothing. He did nothing. The first goddamn black, the worst president the United States have ever seen, Barack Hussein Obama, the 44th president. Take that shit to the bank. Don't talk to me about what's his name? About Donald Trump. So what? Donald Trump is racist? Is it news? A matter of fact, Donald Trump said he's not racist. I don't know that. I don't know if he's racist or not. I don't know if Donald Trump is racist or not. I don't know. What I do know, that he's a white man here in America and grew up in a time when black was looked upon as less than a man, as property. I know that. I know he said he wants to make America great again. Whatever that is in his eyes, I know that. But at the same time, I know that under Donald Trump, black people right now is more employed than when Barack Obama was here. God, look, facts and reality. Facts and reality. The name of this program is The Proven Truth. We are the first black president in the United States of America. The first black president in the United States of America. And every single time that he can stand up and represent the black people, he failed from doing it. We understand, Mr. Obama. We understand you just wanted your name to be in the history books. We understand that. Yeah. And your name is in the history book. The 44th President of the United States from 2009 to 2016 or 17, Barack Hussein Obama, the second. Yeah. And they're going to go as far as labeling you or calling you the first African American president too. Not knowing that that's a farce. It's a lie. That's not true. The pigmentation of your skin does not depict or says who you are. Your action does. Your action tell you who you are. And the action of a President Obama, there is not one standing issue. There is not one standing issue right here in the territory of Louisiana under the auspices, under the administration of Barack Obama in Baton Rouge, we have black men gunned down in the street of Baton Rouge. Gunned down in the street of Baton Rouge under President Obama. Where was the outcry or the outrage from President Barack Obama? Where was it? He wanted to please the white supremacists so much, or the people that put him in office so much, the special interests that put him in office so much, because black people did vote for him. Black people did went out and vote for him because black people thought at the time that he was a messiah. Black people thought he would lead them out of Egypt. Black people thought that Barack Obama would liberate them. Yeah, Obama. No, look. I need to be. It wasn't only black people here in America who thought that. A matter of fact, there's artists, there's musicians in Jamaica who write songs honoring President Obama. Yeah. There's artists. Man, I sorry I didn't think about it. I should pull it up. There's artists in Jamaica, and even dub poet who do dub poetry. You guys on the East Coast know what I'm talking about. You guys up here in New York know what I'm talking about. Who do dub poetry about Obama in the positive light too. That's not negative way. So there's people all over. There's people in Africa too. So there's people all over the globe. European too. There's people, look, there was people all over the globe who was excited. Because now look, if it's one thing my brother could do, yeah, I'm gonna still call him my brother, even though he don't act like it, and even though within his own self, there's a struggle. Am I black? Am I white? Which side should I cling to? You show us which side you cling to, Barack. But people all over the globe, was championing for this guy. Because again, he's an intelligent guy according to, intelligence school. And he was we call it an elegant speaker, He's an elegant speaker. He knows the right phrase and terminology and posture to use, and how to captivate people with his lingua. He does. I remember one time he was like, one of my favorite quote that he made was when he said that this wasn't a white America or a black America, but the United States of America, trying to show unisons. That concept ain't far-fetched, And there's nothing wrong with that concept. Because for those of you who know or remember, it was the same concept that Nelson Mandela brought to the table after spending so much years in prison. It was the same concept that Nelson Mandela brought. Even though there was factions within his organization, the ANC at the time, who was like, to hell with this. Let's go to war. Let's treat these white people like how they used to treat us. But Nelson Mandela recognized at the time that, look, yeah, one of the white people here, but they're still Africans. All right, they've been here. They've been here for a minute. All right, we don't want to do it. We don't want to take that approach. We want to take a different approach. So there was nothing wrong with that unified argument or concept. But again, my brother is smart to the point where he is implementing what was taught to him. He's replicating what was done before. He's replicating what was done before. You are listening to The Proven Truth. You are listening to The Proven Truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown. To participate in this program, you can dial 504-303-8922. You can also dial 712-432-7883 to listen. You can also listen to us on the web by going to www.radiogombocreole.net. We live stream this show on Facebook. You can check us out on Facebook at Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. This and every show is archived on the YouTube. You can check out previous shows by going to The Proven Truth on the YouTube channel. This show is heard every Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays between the hours of 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And Saturdays we tone it down a bit and we listen to music, reggae music from the islands, more so from Jamaica, music that I was raised on. We tackle issues every Mondays and Thursdays, issues that pertain to us as a people, as a race. We don't educate. The objective of this show is not to educate, but to inform, to raise the level of consciousness, to recommend or impose critical thinking, therefore by which you can exercise an independent approach to whatever issue it is. Today is what they call President's Day here in the United States of America. They call it President's Day. We are actually, the United States actually, as it stands now, have 45 presidents. We are the conscious ones among us. We, the conscious blacks, are the conscious set. Recognize that for the most part, none of these 45 presidents have, or intend to have our backs. We recognize that the only true president that we as a people, conscious black people all over the diaspora, had died back in June of 1940. We recognize that. We recognize that Barack Obama had a conflict within himself because of his biracial parents. And we recognize that that struggle continue into his presidency, and his actions show us whose side won that struggle.
Can't stop the work of King Selassie and put them prison outside. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play life role. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play. Where me love him and him kingdom me a go tour. Love me so much me no have to kick off no door. Just for receiving more and more. Every day then broke out like a sword. Good over evil and Tony be sure. Now live up Kingston but me live up Portmore. When me meditate upon the seashore. Talking to the rich and also to the poor. break it down first is a must. You don't need a hand I fight and fuss. Cause everything them say them rightful won't belong to us. My father don't tell I and I, everything shall fall to I and I is a must. So Babylon set the liberty, every day another one bite the dust. My love, you don't have to say
You're sorry. Come on.
for all the wrongs that
We have done
I don't wanna
a story
cause the damage.
already done.
Oh, the damage.
Already done. Whoa!
Broken bones and wounds need tender repair.
Woo!
Hang on, brother man, don't despair. Although we forgive, 7
I'm seven.
till the
Damage already done.
so much damage.
Already done. Woo!
Stop and listen now, mind to meditation's time. Going straight.
Oh, that one is so powerful, my brothers and sisters. This one is so powerful. This one is so powerful. This is, you listen to Garnet Silk, Mama Africa. Look, we are saying to President Obama, you don't have to say you're sorry, Mr. Obama. We don't need to hear your pity, sorry, or apology. We don't need to hear that. We don't need that. You know why? Because the damage, tell him Garnet Silk, the damage already done. You came into office, Mr. President, Mr. Obama, and you implement the policy of white supremacy. You came into office and you showed the blackness, the black side of you. You kicked that shit through the door, Mr. Obama. And you embrace the white side. We don't want your apology. You can keep your apology. Wipe your ass with that. We don't want your apology. You know why? The damage already done. We have black men and black women right now, Mr. Obama, sitting inside these prisons just because they smoke some weed. In the 60s, when you have these, what you call them, hippies, who was free and liberated, who find another way of life, who was smoking weed all over the place. No, did anybody harass them? Were they curtailed in mass drones and locked up in prison for the greater part of their lives? Mr. Obama, first black African American president, my ass. We don't want your apology, Mr. Obama. We have black men and women right now in prison, spending life sentence in prison for smoking weed, ganja. Smoking weed, which cause no harm to nobody. If it causes any harm, it's to the person who is smoking it, not anybody else. But because ganja or weed is a black-related event or crime, as you guys label it, Mr. Obama, and it's not opioid, Mr. Obama, that's associated with white or middle class, upper class people. You had a chance, Mr. Obama, amongst other things, to free or to, what's the professional terminology I'm looking for? Not compensate, whatever it is. But to take these black people out of jail and set them free to the family. You had a chance to do that, Mr. Obama, and you didn't. And you're going to tell me that you are the first black president? Goddamn, Bill Clinton was more blacker than you, Mr. Obama. Goddamn, what's his name? Abraham Lincoln was more blacker than you, Mr. Obama. We don't want your apology. A matter of fact, at this, you're not even apologizing right now. You're going around like you're a superstar. But we know who and what the conscious few. We recognize it's not all black people. You have black people out there who still idealize, who still think you're some superstar and put you on some high pedestal. But for the conscious few of us who recognize what you did to Mother Africa, who recognize what you did to our brother Omar Gaddafi, who recognize what you did to Libya, who recognize when you had the chance to go into Haiti, the first black independent nation, the first black nation who free black people, the first nation who tell black people all over the diaspora, if you can leave your slave masters, if you can find a way to leave your slave masters and find any ship, go on that ship and tell the captain, take me to Haiti, and I will give that captain $40. Black people and Haiti was offering $40 to every captain or sailor who bring black people onto that island. And you, Mr. Obama, had a chance and you didn't go to a Haiti. You call yourself the first goddamn black president, Mr. Obama. The first black president, my ass, Mr. Obama. Look, again, we know what you did. Yeah, you went to Jamaica, to the university there, where you're talking Jamaican or Pat, what you want to call it. You call Usain Bolt because he's the fastest man on planet Earth. And you try to associate yourself like you give a rat's ass about black people. You don't. You give a rat's ass about your status quo. No, Mr. Obama, you're the only person. Again, we're talking about you right now because this is what Americans call President's Day. So we have we dedicate this show to this topic. My brothers and sisters, where did the time go? Where did the time go? Where did the time go? You are listening to The Proven Truth with your brother, Anthony Brown. Check us out Thursday. Check us out Thursday. Same time, same place. This is your brother, Anthony Brown. Much love.
Tom, is there any remorse within your heart for those people you've dealt in the past? Those who came across your path, their life they've lost. Sure, and he replied, say, circumstances made me what I am. Was I born